Bugonia 2025. This is on the cusp of bonkers, utterly wild. I don't know. Uh, it's 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 described as an absurdist black comedy, and it very much is. It was I originally planned to see it with a friend, but she couldn't make it, so headed off to the cinema by myself. And I didn't know anything much about it apart from I had seen the trailer, and that drew me in. And I explained that was largely down to the soundtrack. But I found out since it's based on a South Korean film, Save the Green Planet, 2003. And there's a warning at the start about grim injury details. Some really are rather grim. There's a warning. I thought, ooh, don't really want to see too much of that. It happens. It's relatively brief, or you just look away when it comes on screen. Um, it's difficult to tell what to expect without a particular warning. Injury detail, anything goes. That's the problem. I I find sometimes it's more difficult than others, and this had a bit of it. And yet it was a compelling film to watch. So what do I do? Just have to roll with it and cope with it as best I can, which I do manage. I still find it easier than, say, um, the scene I explained in One of Them Days, which really um, pings my squeamishness. This, not so much. I can sort of cope, but don't particularly like it though. Um, so this film is it stars Emma Stone as Michelle Fuller. She's the CEO of a pharmaceutical company. Again, there's some elements that are a bit similar to the film I saw the other week, Relay to 2024. Um, but this is a bit different. I mean, she's a CEO. She isn't just like Lily James's character. Um, she gets kidnapped. The other main star is Jesse Plemons, who plays Teddy Gatz, a conspiracy theory obsessed beekeeper. Oh, I don't know. Um, I've seen about The Beekeeper, the film. That's a Jason Statham film. This is very different, but it's got a strong environmental angle, and that lured me in right at the start. I really like environmental themes in films, and this applied a great deal. And yet, um, there's the absurdity. We'll get to that a bit more. There's Aidan Davis, who plays Don, who's um, Teddy's cousin, and he's described as intellectually disabled. Don't know if that's the right term. That's what they use in Wikipedia. Um, there's a few other characters, not major. There's Sandy Gatz, that's Teddy's mum. Alicia Silverstone, she doesn't do that much. Well, Stavros Heikas plays Casey Boyd. He's a local police officer. He's an old friend of Teddy's, and he comes to check up on his old mate. And he's a bit worried about him. And there's this kidnapping, and the police are on a lookout, and he has a hunch about things, given cell phones and where they ping and wide areas. I don't know. There's stuff that gets dealt with, and it's, um, you think, I don't know, it is kind of plausible, but it's almost like it becomes slow moving in the middle. It's almost like, well, isn't something gonna happen? And I suppose it's building up the tension, and that is the really strange thing about this film. You think, well, um, what happens is that Michelle Fuller gets kidnapped by Teddy and Don. There's this, they sneak into her garden because she's in a gated home house, but they've managed to snuck in and they're hiding in the bushes and they pounce and there's an ensuing fight. But there's two of them, they're strong, they're men, and they overpower her. You see quite a lot of that in the trailer anyway. I mean, she gives a good fight. But then, um, oh gosh, it's because there's this conspiracy theory. The reason Teddy's kidnapped Michelle is because he believes that she's an alien. And there's the whole Kafkaesque stuff, there's echo chambers. I mean, there's no way she appeals to she lays down the law to start with. She says it's going to be police looking. It's not going to end well for them. There's a lot of things that I mean. Teddy gets really angry quite easily. He's really scary. I mean, Jesse Plemons plays him. He's really good at the acting, um, but he's often plays difficult characters. I find problematic. I mean, similar in Civil War, really chilling characters. He's really very good actor. Really get fully into the narrative when I see him on stage, on in a film, and likewise Emma Stone. She's great. She's been great for 15 years. I remember back in the days of Easy A, way back. Now she's playing a 45-year-old CEO. Um, yeah, all this corporate speak. I mean, there's uh, my sympathy for the two main protagonists flipped a bit because I'm into the environmentalist angle. I'm keen about the bees, the whole thing, the damage. So to start with, I was feeling strong for Teddy in the early introduction narrative, but then when um, Michelle gets overpowered, very much felt sympathy for her, real strong empathy. I mean, she's a woman um, getting overpowered by two men. She didn't stand a lot of chance. They shave her head. They touch. They do quite a lot of stuff. There's I won't say about the stuff because it's not in the trailer, but the kind of stuff they do is just a bit barbaric. I mean, it's just like, oh, I mean, the fact is, because she survives what they do, Teddy treats her better because he assumes that she must be higher ranking. It's just like, he's got this idea because he's so keen on bees, he's infatuated. He's almost like, I mean, there's that angle, and I've got friends who've been beekeepers, or I've had friends in the past who have, and I know people in the environmental movement. Bees are so important, and so they're amazing creatures, and the whole thing that came up in the beekeeper as well. I mean, it really is food for thought. but this takes things to another level. Um, so absurd, yeah. It's kind of fun if you don't take it seriously, and yet there's an underlying message that is really serious because it's environmental. It's almost like, where do you where do I put this film? I don't know. It was just like 1 minute, I'm all over the place really because I kind of liked it, but you just have to place it in a box of its own and try not to be too judgmental because that actually would spoil it. I mean, I can imagine, from films I've seen with some friends, I don't see so often now, the friends. I haven't seen one friend from over 5.5 years, and she didn't like these sort of surreal films, absurdist plots. She'd go, "Yeah, what's that all about?" But, you know, for me, I mean, you take everything with a pinch of salt, you just have to, and there's the soundtrack is Chapel Roan's, "Good Luck Babe" song from last year. That was like the soundtrack of last year. All the trauma of losing my, getting let go from my job. I mean, that song's in the background in my mind. It is very evocative of summer 2024. Still is, always probably will be. Um So, yeah, I don't know. There's there's a lot of paradox. There's a lot of great acting. There's humor that's oh so dark, and there's me flipping and flopping over which protagonist to support. And the flipping and flopping might last to fairly late on in the film. Let's just say that without saying any more. But be prepared for, just suspend your disbeliefs. It's just, um, but yeah, all the corporate speak, the damn it, the stuff, the difficult characters like Michelle. Wow, there's a lot to it. Really is a lot to it. Where do I put a score? I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. So I'd love to know what you think if you've seen this film. Um, Thanks if you like this review. Um, Please subscribe. Please consider subscribing. And thanks if you do already. And thanks for any comments. Love to see them. And hit that notification button. And thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.